In the fast-paced world of real estate investing, real estate development has been touted as the golden ticket to substantial profits. However, beneath the promises of those lucrative returns, real estate development has been laden with challenges and pitfalls. For some, real estate development has been a dream come true. For others, a nightmare. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons why real estate development is a bad idea, and then I'll share with you what you should do instead. I'm excited. Let's get started. First of all, a quick disclaimer before we get started. First of all, what is real estate development? Let me define it real quick. Let's say you have a piece of land, just bare land, and you want to build something from the dirt up. That's what a real estate development is, okay? Whether it's a fourplex, fiveplex, a flex space, a warehouse, or office building, you have nothing but dirt and you want to build from the ground up. That defines real estate development, okay? Number 2, I get this question all the time. And the question is in the chat, okay? I get this question all the time. And it says something like this: Peter, I own a piece of property or an inherited piece of property. I want to build something on it. What should I do? All right. And my answer is, first, I inquire about their experience. And if they're a beginner, I would just tell them, don't do it. And that's what this video is about. So if you're a beginner and you have a piece of land, sell it, maybe get it approved and sell it to the developer, but don't try to build it from the ground up if you are a beginner. Okay. So I get this question all the time. So those of you sitting on land, you have that question for me. Now you know my answer. Don't develop it, sell it, or get it ready for developer and sell to developer. But there are exceptions to the rule, okay? So if you are very experienced, if you have 10 years renovating real estate, 10 years of doing a lot of real estate construction, then it's okay, right? You also, in addition to be highly experienced, you need to be well capitalized. So if you have experience and you have a lot of money on the side, because development takes a lot of money up front, and then there's an exception to the rule. And thirdly, you need lots of time to see the project through. When you build something from scratch, it's going to take years. So you need experience, lots of money on the side, and you need time to see this through. So this is an exception. Okay. All right. Now let's get started. I'm going to share with you the first reason why real estate development is a bad idea. Let's do that next. Here we are with reason number 1. Reason number 1 is financial risks are substantial. They are. Okay. You're going to have considerable upfront money to get your real estate development project off the ground. Okay. You have to buy the land. You have to obtain permits. You have to hire architects. There's engineers, civil engineers involved. You have to get the contractors involved right away. And then you may have to do environmental studies or other types of studies for the lender. All of this, even for a small project, is thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, okay, that you're not getting back. This is money out of your pocket. And hopefully you can see through to the project in a couple of years. But this is money that's upfront that you're not getting back or any credit for, okay? All right, number 2, you may have, or I will say you will have, okay? I haven't seen any real estate development without any problems. So you will have unforeseen costs and delays. These are the norms, so you should expect them, okay? So it could be, they could have discovered contaminated soil where they started to build. Utility lines could be in the way that now that you're digging up the earth. Building code changes. So as you started building way back when, and building codes now have changed a bit. And then now that you're starting construction, you have to change your plans and resubmit them because the building codes have changed. That is the norm, okay? You may have to redirect water supply. It's the issue I had with a development where the city says, no, you're going to have to pay for the water from your property to the public water, even though it wasn't my responsibility. So that delayed 4 or 5 months getting that situated. Litigation with neighbors. Your neighbors may complain. Okay. So, and this, you have to hire attorneys. Okay. And court costs. All right. You see all of these delays that are the norm. There is a project in my own backyard. The picture will appear right here where it's where the San Francisco 49ers used to play football and where the San Francisco Giants used to play baseball. It's called Candlestick Park. In 2015, they tore it all down with great plans to build more homes, shopping center, theater, and all these commercial spaces and everything. That was 2015. The developer has already spent $136 million on community improvements, meaning that they have invested in hospitals and parks around the development site just to show favor and good grace to the neighbors. Guess what? They're still working on constructing things because they have experienced contaminated soil, building code changes, utility night issues, and without a doubt, litigation for neighbors have been huge. It's making the papers. So this is a real issue that you should expect, okay? And then lastly, you're going to obtain substantial debt well before construction completion, okay? So you have to apply for a construction loan, and they're expensive, okay? They're expensive and extensive. So all this is, you're going to have a considerable amount of financial risk when you want to develop something. So this is why, as a beginner, I do not recommend that you develop real estate, okay? Instead, I think you ought to buy something that's already existing. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go to reason number 2. All right, reason number 2, and that is regulatory and legal hurdles. This is the norm. So when you develop any real estate from the ground up, this is going to happen, okay? So there's no escape, okay? Some of the things that you're going to face are the zoning laws, the building codes, environmental regulations, and these 3 things can cause obtaining your permits and final approval to take months, if not years, okay? And that you should plan on years, because when you start developing real estate, you open up a Pandora's box of legal hurdles and environmental impacts, traffic studies, utility provisions for the city. All that comes into play, okay? Now, let me give you a quick example of something normal, okay? Something completely normal. I'm going to start off with Sal, okay? Sal owns a piece of land. It's in prime downtown location. He's always had this dream of developing a beautiful, mixed-use property on this land. He wants to build small apartments up top, a couple of retail spaces, beautiful building. He hired architects, planners, went before the city board. Everyone liked it. So he got the thumbs up conditionally from everyone. Everyone liked it, okay? And but he needed a small change in zoning. So small zoning change, and which is not unusual. So he has to go through the planning commission to get that done, okay? So it's pretty typical for developers to need a small zoning change to build what you want to build, okay? So he has to apply, Sal has to apply for the zoning change. And so he has to redo the plans, right? Because he has to make a change. He has to pay for impact reports, and this costs him thousands of dollars, okay? So Sal's okay. He kind of expected that, okay? All right. And then, so once you apply for the zoning change, the planning commission, okay, schedules a public hearing, okay? So the public can see, because Sal's downtown, the public can see what you are building, okay? The result was some of the neighbors complained and some of the other business owners wanted him to do some changes, so he had to revise the plans again. So at this point, Sal is very frustrated. He's probably $60,000 or $70,000 just into having the architects just make all the changes that everybody wants. So getting kind of frustrated, okay? So now he's about to be approved, okay? But the neighbors, one neighbor who was unheard of, very quiet in the meeting, filed a lawsuit because he said that what Sal was building is going to greatly impact the parking and the traffic in the area and take away some of his peace and enjoyment, okay? He's filed a lawsuit. So Sal had to hire an attorney, go through courts. That took months. It cost thousands of dollars. So finally, he got this approved, but he agreed to reduce the building size. Okay, went from this to this. Okay, and put parking on the side. He decided to meet the neighbors' settle the lawsuit by adding parking. Okay, so 3 years and 3 months later, Sal is ready to break ground. All right, so this is normal. Sal's experience is normal. Is that something you want to go through as a beginner? My question to you is, Sal had this land paid off, ready to go. I wonder if Sal should have sold the land, okay, or maybe develop it and sell it to a developer to finish it off, but at least make money off the land. What could have Sal done in those 3 years if he would have put that money to use and bought an existing property? Okay, you just wondering minds want to know. That's would have been my recommendation for Sal since he was a beginner. All right, okay, so that's reason number 2. Let's go to reason number 3. Here we are with reason number 3 why real estate development is a bad idea. All right, reason number 3 is market volatility and uncertainty. Okay, now as a developer, you are at the mercy of 3 things. Okay, you're at the mercy of economic conditions. Are we headed towards recession? Things like that. Interest rates, where they are today, where they are today, and consumer demand. So what I mean by consumer demand is by the time you get from designing your project all the way through, maybe a few years down the road to getting it complete, is the demand still there? Or did the market change or something change in the area where your product that you build is no longer desired? Okay, so that's what you're at the mercy of. Okay, all right. Now, I have a question for you. Can you predict market conditions? Why are you getting from approvals all the way through construction? Okay, can you predict that? And the answer is no. This is why when you do real estate development, you need to have a lot of holding power, a lot of cash on the side to weather this storm, whatever it is. Okay, lawsuits, battles with the city, zoning changes, financial challenges, economy, recession. You need to have cash to battle all the way through here because you can't predict what's going to happen. Okay, you can make a lot of money in real estate development, but as a beginner, I don't suggest you do it because of this gap right here. You need a lot of cash and experience and holding power to do this. The third point is the real estate cycle is cyclical. So you have the peak, then you have the downturn, you have the peak, and you have the downturn. Okay, you all know that. And so the risk here as a developer is getting caught in a downturn. Okay, so the question is, where are we today? So if you are to develop something today, are you at the peak, headed for a downturn, or are you at the bottom and going up? So in your market, where are you today? That's what your risk is knowing where you are today. If we are here today at the peak and you develop something, you're at a downturn, are you going to make money in the downturn? And the answer is probably no. Okay. All right. So those are the 3 reasons why real estate development is a bad idea. I want to share what you should do instead. And that is to buy existing property. Okay. Existing property. If you have a piece of land and you want to develop it, my suggestion is no, sell it or do something to, refinance or whatever you have to do, take the money out, buy something existing. Here's a prime example of a student of ours. His name is Chris. 3 years ago, he came to us and he had money. Do I develop something or do I buy something existing? Of course, we gave him the right answer. That's to buy something existing. Here's what he did in 3.5 years. Okay, he bought this property right here, 23-unit apartment building, bought it for $875,000. He put down $200,000. Okay, and over the 3 years, he did a wonderful job of renovating every single unit and getting the rents up really, really well. Had a good property manager, good crew. We led him through the entire way. And today, okay, it's worth $1.7 million today, okay, and in 3 years, a little more than 3 years. And so he is doing a cash out refi where he's going to pull out his down payment of $200,000 and he's pulling out an additional $300,000. And so it's a total of $500,000 he's pulling out of his property into his pocket tax-free to buy another property. Okay, So when you buy existing property, you get two things that you don't get with real estate development. And that is number one, which is most important to me, is predictability. Okay. Because we predicted to Chris what he could do with the property from day one until today, and it all came to pass because we have experience in that. Number two, cash flow. Throughout this entire 3 years of Chris owning this property, it cash flow. Okay. So that's something you don't get with real estate development, and that is predictability and cash flow. That's why I'm a proponent for buying existing commercial real estate. Got it? All right. Okay. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you hung out this long, you are absolutely my favorite. Do me a favor. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you want to learn more about commercial real estate, a link will appear to my book. You can go ahead and download it and go ahead and read it. If you want to do what Chris did and have us mentor you, the link will appear. Go ahead and apply. I just want to say thank you so much today. And it's because of you, our channel is #1 in our space. And I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you at the next video.